Okay, I just got the trim removed from this window, from the inside, so I'm going to go outside and cut it with my X-Acto knife, and then Mandy will push on it from the inside, and I'll go outside and stand on the ladder that I have out there, and I'll catch it as she pushes it out. And then we'll rip out this foam, and we'll have new framing to put in and new foam. So here I am cutting the silicone and butyl, or putty tape, whatever they used in the 70s when this was installed. I'm just going to cut through the whole thing like this, not fall off my ladder, and I'll talk to you when I've gotten all the way through it. Okay, so once it's cut, it'll come loose, and just want to be careful not to drop it. There it is, look at that, there's water in it.
Eee.
See that? And I think I know why. Come here with the camera. See this? This is the bottom of the window. You can see this is pulled out of where it's supposed to be. I'm going to try and get it in with a screwdriver or a tool, but you can see water drips in there every time it wants to. So we'll seal it up better and try to fix that. But let's show this side. This is butyl tape out here, or putty tape, and we're going to put a new layer on. This is putty tape, it looks like, not butyl tape, but anyway, that's it. Okay, so I was able to fix this area. Only took 2 seconds with a screwdriver. In fact, it was up here where it was out of its place, but it just went right back in. And then I said this was butyl tape, but I think my girlfriend's right. I think it's just foam, which doesn't seem right. But I think it's just sticky foam that's old. So we're going to use butyl tape, which is elastic putty tape. And that should be a lot better. So yeah. Okay, and what I'm doing now that this window is out, I'm taking out the foam, like I said, so that I can replace. Haven't looked at this board yet. It's actually pretty solid. I might consider leaving it in and adding a board to it, but at the very least I will add a board on each side. So now that the window's out, I'm ripping this out carefully. And you can see I'm going to use 2 hands to do it because it wants to bend the aluminum. And I use my pry bar too, because that works really good too. So once it's out, I'll be able to deal with this trim and connect it to my trim and be closer and closer to putting on the roof. Okay, so continuing with the bedroom, we got this frame in. Mandy and I just put this one in, and I put this one in last night. And we just put this one in, and I put this one in last night, back here. And then I decided, earlier I said that I was going to go up here to the ceiling instead of here, but in fact it needs to be here too. It's kind of obvious. I have a wall that goes here against this, and it goes all the way to the ceiling, so it'll need to be screwed into studs. So this piece right here will go right here, like that, and then that'll finish up our bedroom. And wanted to show a little mistake that I made. Through the earlier videos you could see I cut this too short. I actually cut it to be the width of under the plywood, like underneath this section of wood, and that was a mistake. It should have actually been up to this piece of plywood, so I had to cut this shim and install that, And this is how I've been clamping my foam, but I'll talk more about the foam later. So basically, we just got those two new pieces of framing in, and next after lunch we're going to do this piece right here on both sides, and then we'll be doing foam, and we'll take this all out since it's structural now because it has framing on the sides. We'll take all that foam out, replace it. So yeah, thanks. Okay, proof that we could not survive without Mandy. She made us quinoa black bean burgers with corn, green beans. Eat good. Okay, so I just took my my dad's belt sander to this, and then my palm sander to this 1-inch plywood that we made, and made it perfectly flush with itself and to our existing bed frame right here. And now we're gonna go through, now that it's all smooth and there's wood filler in all these gaps. It looks like we still need wood filler in one more spot, but now Mandy is over here painting, priming, Kills primer, to protect it and seal it, and we'll be back when it's done. Alright, here's the loft. As you can see, we've painted the bed. It's been sanded down. It's all flush. Can't really tell which boards are which. It all feels like the same board. And it's painted. These two pieces of foam here and the adjacent one are cut to size and ready to be put in. And I'm going to do that next. So, moving right along. Next, we'll be working on this wall, taking out this old foam. This 2x4 here is just holding up my tarp. So, we'll be taking out that. We'll be taking out the door, and finally dealing with this mess. And this over here, finishing this wall. This framing in the back is new, and the joist, the floor joist down there is new, so that's taken care of. Just needs a stud here, and the rim joist, you can't see it, but under here the rim, the joist over the rim needs to be redone. And then there's another small section right down here, and I've got it cut and kills already, it just needs to be installed. So that's the update. Okay, so we finally got all the clamping done here. You can see it's quite a few clamps. Mandy is funny. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 clamps, 11 clamps I think, maybe 10, just for the one video, or I mean for the one window. And here's half of this window with another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, clamps have been pretty important. You can see down here there's 1, 2, 3, 4 more, and I'm using 2 here to keep my tarp up high so that it's not blown over by the rain, and I'm using 1 here to hold that up, and then another one to hold that up, so it's like a lot of clamps. And these clamps are actually my dad's. He does staircases and finished carpentry and stuff, and so he's got 50 of those, and they're hardcore. I bought some of these deeper ones here from Harbor Freight. They're only like $7 or $8 each, and they're good if you only want one job out of them. But if you want several jobs out of them, go with these made in USA hardcore C-clamps, because these are junk. They're useless after like a few hardcore heavy-duty applications. So there's what we're doing so far. Got that piece of foam in, and looks like I'm gonna have to put in another. Oh no, I remember why it looks like it sticks up here. It's because this is actually a piece of reclaimed. It's not quite a 2x4. You can see this is a 2x4 and it's bigger than this. So this is perfectly tight against the aluminum. It comes out 1.5 inches. It's just that this is only like 1.25 inches. So that's why it looks like that. But it's flush. It'll be perfect for our paneling. It's gonna go over it, and I'm gonna finish this. Some of that's already cut and ready to go in. We're just waiting on clamps. It takes 24 hours to get this stuff to dry, so that's the deal. Okay, so now that these top frame boards are in, I've been calling them top plates. So now that those top frame boards are in for the loft, this will be the last little video for the loft, because all that there's left to do is this little foam. And there's going to be a whole series on foam, or at least a video or two on foam, how I did it. So yeah, if you found any of these videos of ours useful or helpful, please rate or share, subscribe, thumbs up. Thanks a lot.